What's up YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, welcome back to week mode of Final Fantasy XII. And things are really starting to heat up, so I've made my way over to the Dreadnought Leviathan, and I've just gone through the story that's brought us to this place. And we've also recruited Ash into our party. I've given her the White Mage job. Check out the video I've just put out on what jobs I'm giving Ash if you want to find out more, because you're following me in terms of my job combinations or whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to be using her immediately, she's quite low in stats. And she's mainly going to be used for buffing more than anything else. But that said, we're going to be going now to finish off this area, and that's going to involve, of course, taking care of the next boss in terms of a judge. So do come and join me today, we'll see how we get on with that. And Destiny 2's update, didn't know there was an update actually for that, I'll check that out later. But yeah, if you enjoy watching, don't forget to leave a like, and let's get on with today's show. Don't forget, before you move on to the end of this area, you'll want to grab the infuse technique there before we actually head back out. I'll show you where on the map that is. So it's literally after you rescue Ash, just head north and you'll find your way to it. And then we're going to sprint over to the area on the map that's marked for us. You can grab some of the other chests as well, but that infuse is really what you're after, since that's the one-time spawn chest that you need. Okay, so our boss fight is going to be up against Judge Ghis. Bit of a nasty one, this one, probably the hardest boss that we've come across so far. And we're going to have to make sure we're prepped for him. Now, he does come with a bunch of ads, which means that we're going to need to protect our party. So Ash is our buffer. I'm not going to be using her during the fight, but what I am going to do is just bring her out to start with, mainly so she can cast Protect. At least that's the plan. She's not doing it at the moment. Oh, her Gambit is switched off for some reason, that's unusual. But mainly so she can cast Protect onto Balthea, who's going to be our tank. And what I'm going to do is bring Fran into the battle then, into the party, sorry. And she's going to go ahead and cast Decoy onto Balthea. And with Decoy on Balthea, hopefully we're going to be able to limit our healing to mainly just one character when all the ads come. That said, we are going to have to keep an eye on that Decoy and keep recasting it when need be. So we'll bring Fran back out for the moment. In fact, I'm just going to bring Fran out and get rid of Bash. The reason for that is that we can just heal up and also get Protects going all around here. Let's just speed things up a touch. Okay, so now we can go ahead and bring Bash in instead of Bash. So our three main party members are nicely buffed, and you're going to have to get used to this basically on weak mode, is buffing your characters and then going into the battle. Okay, so that's how you're going to want to prepare for most fights. Now, we don't have a lot of buffs at the minute, and we're not really going to need Shell on this particular encounter, so Protect is absolutely fine. I do have Shell for when we do need it next, and with Decoy active as well, we should be good to go. So I'm just going to check the Gambits here are all set up how we want them. So we've got a healing Gambit on Fran here, and an attack Gambit. Now, we could, when we've killed the ads, go ahead and get oil fire combos going if we want to do so, but we'll see how we get on. We might not feel the need to do that. I'm going to put all of these on just a little bit of a higher amount due to the obvious fact that this guy hits hard, so you know you kind of need it. And I don't think there's poison on here or in this fight, so we'll just go ahead, give him a Phoenix down Gambit, and I think we're good to go. So let's see how we get on, shall we?
Such a great shame. I must confess, I thought you the one who would help us restore peace to Dalmasca. No matter, we hold the proof of your royal lineage. A maid of passing resemblance will serve our purposes now. As for you, my dear, the Empire requires you no more!
What was that?
The Nethicite.
Your Majesty does not disappoint. Ever quick to spurn an honorable surrender, as was your father.
You know nothing of my father!
Okay, so here we go with the battle. We want to start getting rid of the ads first. And we do need that decoy active at all times, otherwise other characters are going to start feeling the burn, which is not what we want, obviously. And if we can get the cures going as well. Once the ads go down, then Judge Ghis is, I wouldn't say it's a formality, but it's a little bit easier to handle, that's for sure. So if we can just try and bring them closer to Bash so that Balthier can continue with his tanking here. And has he lost his Protect already? He might have been dispelled. Just going to see. Right, Judge Ghis does have Protect, so it might be a good idea when we come to him eventually to dispel him with a Dispel Mote. Come here, Ghis. Leave Bash alone, will you? So, Lure is only really effective, obviously, if you're in the enemy's range. So let's just hopefully kill this guy pretty quick. There we go. What we're going to try and do now momentarily is steal, because there is a nice item on Ghis. Although you've only got a rare chance of getting it, unfortunately. We've got the Dark Mote. You can get Germina's boots. But obviously, not on this occasion, we can't. Okay, so he's only got the one item, as I'd expect. I'm just thinking whether it's worth using that Dispel Mote. Seems a bit silly for one Protect, doesn't it? What I'm going to do is, Fran doesn't have a whole lot of MP, unfortunately. So I might even just drop her out of the party for now. I know that she's going to be the one casting Decoy. But I'm just going to see if we can use Varn. I think Varn can cast Oil. I'm pretty sure I've taught him that gambit. I'll just check. The green magics, where are they? Yes, he can. He can't do Decoy, unfortunately. So we'll just do Foe Any. I'll have to keep it on lowest HP. It doesn't matter since he's the only one. So the plan now is for Varn to obviously cast Oil. Let's just settle down his healing gambits. Just put them onto 20% for now. We can even bring Ash back in if we want to get a few more, what do you call it, Protects going on. Which could be a good idea, actually. So, okay, it's possible that you can't cast Oil on Ghis. No, unfortunately you can't. Okay, that's fine. We'll turn the Oil Gambit off and we'll see if Fire is any good. So Fire does 108 points of damage. It's not terrible, but let's be honest, it's not brilliant either. So let's bring Ash in. And what Ash can do is obviously heal. She hasn't got a lot of MP left, unfortunately. But we can always throw a few ethers around if need be. So you are going to go through quite a few potions in this fight. You see, Ghis here is level 14, which is obviously a high level now compared to our own levels. And he also has over 4,000 hit points of health. Now, I am going to control Ash, so that we can move her away from the fray here. Right, now we are going to cast a Dispel Mote on him. We do want to get rid of that Great Barrier he's just thrown on him. I hope I've got some. Yeah, I've got a few here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. So maybe we can just bring Fran in as well for a minute. And unfortunately Charge is pretty useless, because our MP totals are so low and Charge works on a percentage. So Ethers are the way to go. What I want to do is, ideally, if we can bring Fran's MP back up, we can work then at getting her to cast Decoy once more onto Balthier. Right, so there's Fran's MP. Nicely back up to 68 or something. I'm just going to check one other thing as well while we're here. Okay, so we do need to get some Protect going. Right, so Ash doesn't seem to want to cast Protect. Oh, I know why it is. It's because I've set her up to protect outside of battle. That's what we want her doing. Right, so we've got decoy back on Balthea once more. So Balthea's basically going to do the damage here, albeit not a whole lot of damage, unfortunately, but damage nonetheless. And then Ash and Fran can go ahead and get some healing going, along with a little bit of extra damage when possible. So we could still get some protects going if we're able to. We have got Allied Protect set up. Just going to get rid of that for now. There we go, we're getting some Protects going now. Yes, Protect on Balthea is exactly what we want. So let's bring Bash back in now. And the reason for that is we can obviously go ahead and do a little bit more damage to this guy. And we're just going to chip away at him bit by bit. So Bash is our machinist, meaning we do need him to lay on the DPS when possible. I'm just going to keep an eye and make sure that he doesn't cast that greater barrier again, and if he does, get a dispel mote ready. So Fran's going to be running a little bit low on MP if we're not careful, so I am just going to go ahead and give her something else, such as high potions. We've only got 14, but we're getting to that point in the battle now where I think we can make use of them. Oh, nice combos there. So Fran will get decoy back active on to Balthea. Ah, looks like we're done. I forgot you don't have to empty his whole health bar.
We've secured an Atomos. Come.
An Atomos? All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man.
So I can fly it then?
You're mad.
Alright guys, well I'm going to finish off here. I'll let this cutscene play out there. So thanks for stopping by today, and I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy XII. Hopefully my strategies helped you. Goodbye.
Has gone too fast, they'd have noticed.
Balthier, your handkerchief. I thought you might want it back.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
Perhaps you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
I do not forget, Majesty. It was by his counsel, dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you. You must meet with him, Your Highness, and give ear to his words. He may act in league with the Empire, but his heart is not.
It is as he says. I ought not have kept Ondor at so great a distance, for so long a time. I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmasca. I must search out some other way. Until I should find it, I would have Basch remain at your side. Doubt him you may. But I measure his loyalty to Dalmasca no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly. Very well.
Keep her well. Go to Ondor and there await my return.